Let's just jump right into it. If you've been following along, you know today's topic is number 016. Number 16 is the episode tonight. It is about being organized. I trust that you have an ink pen, you have your note tablet together, you are free, you are clear, you are ready to take in what it is that I have for you to receive tonight. Tonight is October the 13th, and I just want to thank you for joining me on this beautiful Sunday evening. I'm not sure where you are tuning in from, but I am speaking from Las Vegas, Nevada. The windows are open, the doors are open. It's a nice, cool breeze coming in. I do not have to burn my electricity. So we'll be turning on the heat next month. But for right now, the electricity is off and I am just getting that fresh wind coming through, and I am extremely grateful for this day. Remember, I am Li Shey Johnson. Why Not Me is the iPod, the cast podcast. Woo, what a day, right? I just came back from the lake, so I'm having a moment right now. But you know my heart, and I am not going to edit everything because I am real, and I want you to know that just because you are having a bad day or things don't go the way that you planned on them to go, it's okay. It's okay. Sometimes we are more harder on ourselves than others, because either they're going to like you or they're not going to like you. But you do what it is that you set out to do for yourself. So when I started out the podcast, let me just remind you, if you are tuning in, I am not a psychiatrist. I am not a therapist. I am a survivor, and I am telling you some tips on what I have done to keep myself together, to keep myself focused, and it's just like, we are on an emotional roller coaster, can you say? So from one survivor to another survivor. The purpose of the podcast is so that we can chit chat with each other. We can keep it real. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you subscribing and tuning in. Remember, today's episode is being organized. I'm going to jump into that in just a few moments. I'm giving you time to grab your pen and your pencil. And then chapter 17, episode 17, next week is going to be a call to action. How can you give back after you have gone through what you have gone through and you are still here? How do you feel? Do you feel as though you want to give back so that you can help somebody else? I hope that my message touches you in some kind of way. Then I will know that I have done what it is that I have set out to do for myself. And that's just give it back and honestly talk about the struggles of being a survivor, the things that I am going through. And if hopefully you're able to relate so that you know that you are not by yourself. You can also catch me on Instagram, of course. You can also catch me on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Why Not Me October 1. If you're just now picking up at episode 16, start from the beginning so that you can hear my story. So, I am a survivor of the Las Vegas shooting. And at this point, as of today, it's like, okay, Lord, speak to me. Speak to my situation. But 2 years ago, that's not where I was. I was like, where is God? But again, as of today, 2 years later, now I am saying, speak to me, Lord. Speak to my situation. I know that there is something else inside of me. So if there is something else inside of me as a survivor, there is something else inside of you as a survivor, because we did not die. Think about that. We did not die as a survivor. So I think I am what? Last week we worked on the I am. So I'm still right there. I'm still right there. I think I am what? I am not sure, but I think I am what? I think I am. What are you? What do you believe you are? And then what are you going to do about it? Because remember, you need to know who you are. Don't let your feelings dictate who you are. We're messed up right now. For me, it's only been 2 years. I am still messed up. I am still going to physical therapy. I am still seeing my psychiatrist every week. I am still on depression medication. So I cannot let my emotions get in the way of how I am feeling. Somebody come up to me and say, "Hey, Li Shey, how you doing?" I can start crying. That means we are not in control of our feelings and our emotions. So don't get caught up. Just know who you are. Just know who you are. I understand the depression. I understand we still want to cry. I still want to cry. I want to ball up and rock myself in a fetal position. But what I know is not for us to stay in that dark place. Do not stay there. So with the little nuggets and tips that I am giving you, hopefully you take charge. Take charge of your life. And let's get your life together and get my life back together. And we're going to get through this. So the word of the day is just mercy. You know, some people just say, "Lord, have mercy on me." But just mercy that we woke up this morning. Just mercy that we have food in the refrigerator. Just mercy that I'm able to even do this podcast today. Just mercy if you have a car to drive. Just mercy if you went back to work. Just be thankful today. Just be thankful. Okay, so I'm going to move on with the episode. The episode today is being organized. You know, we're all over the place, but what we have to do is be organized. So I'm actually speaking to those that were from the Las Vegas October 1 shooting. However, if you are a survivor, you are a survivor. You still need to be organized. So I want to start with, get yourself a plastic bin. You can go spend $5 at Walmart. It can have a lid on it or not have a lid on it. Mine does not have a lid on it, and it looks like an old crate back in the day, like a milk carton. So I don't have a lid on it. And then I have a box of manila folders. You can buy a box of 25, 50, or 100. I bought a box of 50. So now you have your crate and you have a box of manila folders. So start with when you went to the emergency room. Make a folder for the emergency room. Call that the emergency room folder. Then you had a follow-up. Who did you see when you had a follow-up? That person needs another folder. Then they would have sent you to a therapist, or they would have sent you to go see a physical therapist. Those two individuals need a folder. Don't come home and just put all your stuff together. So that way you say, "Well, you know, I know where it is." Okay, but knowing where it is and being organized is two different things. Putting it in a bag, putting it in a drawer is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is get a crate or a plastic bin, put folders in that bin, and everybody that you've seen, everybody that touched you, you need to have a file folder and ready to go. So now let's rewind. You've got a folder for the hospital. You have a folder for the doctor that you did a follow-up to. You have a folder if you did an MRI or an X-ray. You have a folder for wherever you're picking up your pharmaceutical supplies from. When you pick up your pain medicine, where are you going? Walgreens, Walmart, CVS. That needs to have a file by itself. Because what I recommend for you to do is every 3 months or every 6 months, go into CVS and say, I would like to have a printout of all the medication that I have taken. Yes, I have been doing this every 3 months because I need to know how much medication I have been taking and what I have been taking, because we have to start getting back in charge of our life. We may not have it all together right now, but soon we will be, and we need to know what it is that we put inside of our body and know why we still have these tripping tendencies or nightmares or depression. How long have you been on the depression medication? How long have you been on the high blood pressure medication? You are going to need to know these things. Okay, so now we've got about 5 folders, right? Okay. Did they send you to any specialist? That person needs to have a folder. Did you go see a psychiatrist? That person needs a folder. Maybe you've seen 3 psychiatrists. I've seen 7. So believe me, I have a folder for all 7 psychiatrists, whether I've seen them 1 time, 2 times, or 10 times. Everybody needs to have their own folder. And then what about a lawyer? Did you go see a lawyer? Did you go see a workers' comp lawyer? Did you see a lawyer in regards to your case? Well, that person needs to have a folder as well. Did you see 1 lawyer, 2 lawyers, 3 lawyers? If you've seen 3 lawyers, you need to have a folder for all 3 lawyers. Okay? So let's just hypothetically say, if you have a folder for everything that I have mentioned thus far, you have 10 folders. I'm looking at my bin right now, and my cart, crate, bin, whatever you want to call it, is totally full. I can actually get like hangnails because I'm constantly filing. So every time you get something in the mail, open it up and then stick it in that particular folder. So let me back up a little bit and let me slow down a little bit. As a survivor, I do not care if it's domestic abuse, alcohol, and you're going through the 12-step program, whatever your case is that you are now titled, because you have this title now as a survivor, I want you to be organized. So being organized is the first step of taking control over your life, because we're in a situation and we are working ourselves out of it. Remember, there's something inside of you and there's something inside of me. We are still alive. We did not die. Our emotions are high. We can still be triggered. We can still have nightmares, but we also need to be accountable for all the things that we have gone through. We need to have a file folder for every person that have seen you. I don't care if it was for 5 minutes or 20 minutes. If you had an appointment, it's noted on the book. Make a file folder. So let's go back over this one more time. You should have a folder for the hospital, the emergency room, whatever doctor you follow up on. If you went to go have an MRI, if you went to Quest Diagnostic to have some blood drawn, you will have another folder. If you had x-rays or you went to the pharmacy, that's 2 more different folders. If you went to see a specialist, you need a folder. A psychiatrist, you need a folder. Chiropractor, you need a folder. Acupuncture, you need a folder. You needed to get quotes on your car, just whatever your situation might be. you need to have a folder. So I'm hoping that I have shared something with you this evening to just get you on the right track of being organized, because this is a part of our healing. You will never be the same. So remember your I ams. I am what? Caring. I am lovable. I am a business owner. I am patient. I am getting organized. That's one. So pick up your crate, pick up your plastic bin, spend $4 or $5 on it. That's about what I spent. Mine does not have a top over it. But if you have other people that's in your home, you might want to have one that can close up, and you can maybe keep it in your bedroom, keep it in your closet. But every time you get mail, because sometimes you could see the name on the envelope and it might trigger you, and you might not want to open it up right then and there. But just put it in the file folder and pull that folder out, and when you feel up to it, open up that file folder and then read the mail. You understand? Because some things can trigger us just by looking at them. Your soul, my soul, is to be valued. You are very valuable, and you need to know that. You matter to me. This is the purpose of doing the podcast. Everything that I say to you are things that I have done myself. And I'm just walking you through the process. So I'm walking you through the process today of being organized. This is episode number 16. Episode 17 is going to be a call to action. How can I give back? And then episode number 18, I'm having a guest speaker, Christine Lopez. She is another one of my therapists, and her company, her business name is called The Brain Solution. So you can go ahead and email, you can Google The Brain Solution, Christine Lopez. Be familiar with her products. So if you have any questions that you want me to ask the speaker, email me. Remember, my email address is lisheyjohnson@gmail.com. Li Shey Johnson @gmail.com. You can just give me your first name. I won't mention your first and your last name and what city you're from due to, confidentiality. But howsoever, she will be here on October the 27th. So that's 2 weeks from now. So if you have any questions after you Google who she is, email them to me and I will address it live right here with her. And then number 19, episode 19, it's going to be about self-care. Self-care. What are we doing about ourselves, our body? After we done put all this stuff, I've had over 18 different medications in my body. How do I do self-care now? How do I start doing like a toxin? What will I do to start cleansing the body? So remember, this is episode number 16. If you have any questions, please put in the subject line when you email me, episode number 16, being organized. I know that was a lot, and I know you're probably saying, does she really want me to make a folder for the pharmacy? Yes, I do. Because now that you have that folder, every 90 days or every 6 months, you're going to go to your pharmacy and say, may I get a printout for the last year of all the medications that I have been on? So therefore, when you have to go to court, or you are building a case, or you are getting some things ready, you don't have to look for everything. Everything is nice and neat and placed in the appropriate file. This is what I mean about being organized and having your stuff together. It just cannot be all over the place. Okay? So we need to just be thankful, mercy for our right minds. We have our home, roof over your head, a car to drive. Whether you on the bus, you have transportation, open up your refrigerator. If you have food in your refrigerator, just be thankful. Just be thankful. The holidays are approaching, and sometimes that's another trigger for us. Being alone if you're single, or not having the means to do the things that you're wanting to do, but being organized and getting yourself together, that's a big step. That's a big step in you getting together and getting in the right direction of moving forward. Moving forward. You lost your job? Okay. Don't give up. Another one is right around the corner. Just around the corner. Your past is getting you ready for your future. Your past is getting you ready for your future. I am what? I am fill in the blank. You will never be the same. I am, put those stickies in the bathroom, on the refrigerator, by your closet, and keep saying them to yourself. You are more than you think you are. This was just a setback for something greater later. Let's do a couple of breathing exercises. Remember, you can email me, Li Shey, Lishey Johnson @gmail.com. You can catch me on YouTube, Why Not Me, October 1. Li Shey Johnson. Please subscribe. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. This is episode number 16. I have 4 more to do, and that will complete my mission. Remember, I have hats that are black. It's a black hat with white lettering, t-shirts, and I have started on my book. Yes. Guess what? The book title is called Why Not Me? So I am done with about 23 pages. My goal is to be halfway done by the beginning of the year and to do self-publishing. So I am very excited. My goal was to do 100 YouTubes and talk about my story, with 20 podcasts, kick off my hats, my t-shirt, and my book. And then I am going to be putting Why Not Me to rest and move on with my next journey. What is your journey? Don't procrastinate. Start it today. Start it today. My hats are 15, my t-shirts are 20, and my book is going to be $29.95. But if you've been listening to the podcast, you know I'm going to give you a code where the book will be $25, or you'll be able to get all 3 for $50. I appreciate you tuning in, and let's zone out with inhaling, exhaling. Move your head to the front and just drop it down slowly. Move your head over to the right slowly and just kind of touch your shoulder if you can. Roll your neck to the back while breathing. And then just roll your head slowly over to the left. Have your ear touch your shoulder if you can. And then bring your head back down to the front. We're going to go the opposite way, and we are still relaxing at this time. Go ahead and close your eyes. Do small little circles. You're moving slowly counterclockwise now, and you're starting with the left, and you're going to go all the way around. Ooh, it may sound like Rice Krispies. So make sure you're sitting in a comfortable position, whether you're in a chair, on the couch, on the floor, sitting Indian style, sitting on a step, whatever works best for you. This is no stressing. This time has been set a time just for you. This is a setup just for you. Inhale. Think about who you are and what it is out of life that you want. Who are you? Inhale. Exhale. You are more than enough. Our minds are not gone. Let's just get it together. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate you. And I look forward to speaking to you next Sunday. God bless and have a great evening.